I feel like people look up to me. I want to do, I want to represent my country. I want to be all-star. I have dreams of myself, you know? I know that my country's behind me and like they look at every step I make.
Hey, welcome to another Thanalysis podcast, another Thanalysis show. Thank you guys so much for your support. I've seen the comments, the reviews. You guys are amazing. Today we have a special guest. I'm feel very honored to have him today here because I was looking in his story. I really wanted to see, what kind of mindset this guy has. And let's just say I'm like his journey is incredible. And it's so good to see him here in the league. Wearing number 9 from Israel, Deni Turbo Avdija. Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in. I was reading your story, and just your dad being a basketball player, and my mom being like track and field, and being a basketball player. We come from a very athletic family. We're all athletes, and I just want to learn more about you, man.
Yeah, I guess we have a lot of similarities in our path. Like both parents were athletes, and I feel like my journey here was long, and I didn't start as a basketball player. I started as a soccer player, and so as you. And because my dad also started soccer, so I started soccer, and then I just tried out basketball because I just wanted to try different sports as a kid, and I kind of fell in love with it. I just enjoyed playing. I didn't really have any dreams of becoming something in basketball. I just played it because I liked it, because I saw my friends in the afternoon. We played together. It was fun. It was competition a little bit, so I liked it. From there to think that I'm going to be here today talking to you and being in Washington and having all this stuff around and representing my own country is mind-blowing, honestly.
By the way, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're probably the 4th player ever to play in Israel between Gal Mekel, Omer Kasperi, and TJ Leaf.
Right.
Those 3, and then it's you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Playing. I don't know if that's right, but I kind of...
No, it is right. It is right.
Man, shout out to those guys as well, representing Israel. But man, so when was the first time you said, okay, I'm going to the NBA?
It happened really late. I feel like I didn't think I'm going to go to the NBA because I was so focused on EuroLeague and Maccabi, and I wanted to grow as a player. And I don't know, I guess I started blowing up in the national team, under 16. That's where, after this competition, under 16 European Championship with Israel, I really saw my name in the mock drafts. That's where I was like, okay, but I was like 2nd round or whatever. And then suddenly after 1 year, I played with under 20. So I had 3 years over my competition. I won the starting 5 of the tournament. Back then, we won a gold medal, first time in history of Israel in basketball. And then I had another year, back-to-back gold medals with under 20 national team with Israel. And from this point on, I signed with Maccabi for 3 years. And then I became better every day. Every day worked hard and harder and harder. And then eventually I came to my last year with Maccabi, and then I started my name being dropped at the top 10. And before I got drafted, also the top 5. So it was crazy for me. I didn't see it coming. I was just focusing on the moment, to be honest. I didn't really have, how everybody, every basketball player is oh, I want to be in the league. I want to be in the NBA. I didn't really have it. It's not like I didn't aim for me. I just wanted to be the best Deni I can be. I didn't know where it's going to take me. I didn't know what's going to be my path. I kind of rocked with it. And, when I saw the opportunity to go to the NBA, of course I wanted to challenge myself and be the best that I can. So that's what I did.
Oh, man. Were you in Maccabi? Did we play against each other? Were you in Maccabi when
I was in Maccabi? I think I
2017?
played with you. You played in
Panathinaikos.
Pau. Yeah, you played in Pau. I remember that. I remember you had a crazy dunk versus us. I remember that because I was on the bench. I wasn't playing. I was 16.
That's crazy because I tell people like there's so much talent in Europe and so many guys that. So example like here, if you don't play, if you're out of the rotation, it's mostly like is either like they have a plan for you or you're out of the rotation because it is what it is. It's just like playoff or whatever. But in back home, it's a hierarchy. You're just not playing because you're young a lot of times.
Right.
Most of the times you're not playing.
If you're good, you play. If you're on the team, you're probably gonna play. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but I agree with you. Continue.
Yes. And but then thinking about it now, it's like so much talent. I remember when we played against Luka that year. We play against so many people, and I'm like, and I see him in the league. I see how the league has become. I mean, when I say the league, I mean the NBA, how it's become. And I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy because I see guys having the same journey, like you, Luka, Ioannis, like anybody who leaves and tries to stay in the NBA and just having a great career here. But okay, so you leave Maccabi, and did you travel? Did you do any NBA workouts?
So my draft process was never seen before because I got drafted in COVID year. Yeah. So after the bubble, I think the draft was in October or November. I don't even remember.
Yes, it was.
But I was in Atlanta working out, and I guess, yeah, the teams flew to see me. So I didn't fly all around like most of the guys doing and working out. The teams that like wanted to see my workout, they had to come to Atlanta and watch me in that gym I practiced in, and I will have a coach who does my workout, and the teams will watch me. So the team didn't work me out. So it was really kind of different.
That's different.
Yeah, it's really different. I actually, it was really, I've never experienced what everybody experienced. Being in, in the draft, on the stage, like I didn't even have that. I got drafted on Zoom. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know if you remember that draft. It was a draft on Zoom. It was crazy. Like it was weird. You know what I'm saying?
Were you like looking forward to be on the stage in New York?
I wanted yes. Yeah. Yes. Although, but there was something special getting drafted on Zoom because I had all my friends and family with me. Yeah. So I had like a big VIP kind of like how you say it, like where you put like weddings and stuff.
Yeah, like a venue.
Yes. So I rented it out and I put TVs all around, and I had one section with friends, one section with family, and one section where I got drafted at the table. And there was DJ there, it was music, it was fun, it was drinks. So that was kind of fun too.
Where were you?
I was in Israel.
In Israel?
I got drafted at 4 a.m. or something like that. I was exhausted, 5 a.m. So I didn't sleep the whole night. And I remember going back, I got drafted. I didn't know where I was. Like I was exhausted. I was so happy. And I went outside and it was like morning. And I remember me driving back home. It was like sunrise. I was like, I just really got drafted. Like, this is insane. Like, it was the peak of my life. I remember that. It was insane.
I know, trust me. So I was reading, reading about you and reading kind of your story. And, I think a lot of scouts, you were on their radar when you were like 16. A lot of people said like they were watching you when you were 16. What's your advice to all these kids that, they're watching them now, from Greece, from Israel, Germany, all these kids that are under 16, under 18, and etc.
I feel like I know a lot of kids will see their name or they know scout's going to be there. I'm just going to say honestly, like, don't overthink that too much. Don't be so stressed about it. Just, don't change your game because a scout is there or like try to do extra stuff when somebody's watching you, because eventually when you go to like out of your comfort zone a little bit and like you're trying to do stuff that you don't usually do that end up not being really good.
Yes.
So I feel like just being yourself is the best you can do. Like, even if there's scouts there, even if like everybody's watching, you know, a lot of kids will be like hyped up, you know, be like,
Yes.
oh, like tons of scouts here, like I should drop 30 or 40. No, just play your game, you know. A lot of scouts, people don't understand that. A lot of scouts don't look at how many points or dunks or post stars you had in the game. Like, there's a lot of small details. Your mentality, how you react after you miss, like where do you sit on the bench, like stuff like that people don't know that scouts are watching. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like focus on the small details. Don't focus on like how much I score or whatever, because you can have like a solid game, but all those small stuff, they add up. So I feel like that's what kids need to, pay attention.
I couldn't agree more with you. Now looking back to this now, do you think you've changed as a player from being like? Because and before you answer that, because I want, like, the first time I heard your name was my brother Alex you guys went to the same camp without basketball without borders, and I think it was in Belgrade. I'm like, Serbia. It was Serbia or Belgrade.
Serbia.
And I think you were the MVP or something like this. And they were like, "Oh man, this guy." And in Greece we have like great young guys coming out as well. So I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy has a great build, great body," but he was still young.
I was really young. Yeah, I was still really young. No, I remember Basketball Without Borders.
You might be MVP twice. I think you did 18 and 19.
I did. No, so yeah. So I won MVP with Basketball Without Borders in Serbia. That was the Europe kind of. Yeah. And then I went to Charlotte for the World Basketball Without Borders, and I won MVP there too.
Oh, so he was in the same year then?
I don't want more or less. Yeah, more or less the same year. I can't even remember, but Basketball Without Borders was tough for me because you come and like everybody is the same, like they want to be in the same spot. So I feel like everybody's just playing for themselves kind of and just trying to show off. And I like to play like a team game, to pass the ball. So I felt kind of, everybody's kind of selfish. So it wasn't the most fun, but it was a process
you need to go. Yes.
Something you need to go through to, raise your name and like people that know about you. You did one of those
I've done. We were 1 year we were supposed to do the Treviso. One was older kind of. We ended up not doing it because of kind of like a Nike Adidas kind of thing.
Situation.
Yeah. I don't want it's in the past. So, and we didn't do that. And then the next thing I did, it was draft combine. I went straight to Chicago to the draft combine after that. So Ioannis actually didn't even do none of that. Ioannis just did the national team. I feel
like that's the best.
Yes, it is the best. But that's the thing for people who get to play under 20. I never played under 18 or under, because I didn't have a passport, so I never had the chance to get a passport at the time. Even though I was born and raised in Greece, it was kind of like a bureaucracy, and so like it took so much time. And I didn't play under 16 or under 18.
It was tough. It was tough for you too.
Yes, of course it was tough because I was better than other guys and never played. And not only that, and I ended up playing first time national team men's, first time. So I made it straight to pro. But I'm grateful and I'm blessed because playing for the national team always gives something different. I can explain that. We'll talk about that more as well. But do you think that your game has changed now, or you just grew up?
Both. I changed because I needed to suit my role. So I had a specific role. When I got drafted, I played with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. Yes. And I came in as the starting small forward. And, I kind of need to play defense and rebound and shoot when I'm open. And that's about it, and mostly grow from there. So it's not like I came with a skill set that I had from Europe because I had to adjust. I didn't have the ball as much. And, basically it was tough, but I like the challenges. I like that I don't get everything right away, that I need to work hard for it, and it was a good experience for me. Like, I understood how to play off the ball.
That's great. That's
Better.
great that you say that. It's part of life as well, you know. I'll tell you how I know somebody changes and plays good. When he starts doing the same stuff in the pros that he did when he was under 16. I'll give an example. So let's say under 16, all of a sudden you go by your man and you do like this move, right? Or you go by your man, all of a sudden you dunk it, or you step back threes, or you're dunking on people. And if you were doing that under 16, and all of a sudden you do it with the pros, that means like your skill set translate to the
You
pros.
caught up.
Because a lot of times you see a lot of kids who are very, very good when they're young,
Talented, yeah.
you're talented, or body-wise, and you're like, oh man, this guy's gonna be great, this guy's gonna be great. Or back home we say like, okay, these guys are gonna get huge contracts and playing huge clubs in Europe. And here they say they're gonna be ranked high and etc. But they don't end up, like their game doesn't translate in the pros. Or it takes time, you know, sometimes.
Why you think that those players that are really talented, like suddenly it doesn't, you think it's a mentality thing? You think it's something like, because if let's say in Europe they played, right? They were good in Europe, they were talented in Europe, then they come to the NBA, they can't showcase their talent anymore. What does it mean, you know?
So now that's a whole package. That's a whole box that you opened. I think the number one is that the body type. First of all, the physicality and the bodies. Example, like here in the NBA, you don't have like the same bodies in Europe. Like in Europe, you have you say, let's say guys like Tavares. You see Tavares from Real Madrid. You have one guy like Tavares. In the NBA, you have like 6 or 7 guys like him.
It's true.
You know? And then here you have like in Europe, you have maybe 2 or 3 guys who play kind of like point forward, you know, Clyburn. You have, I want to say, guys who play, which even though they're 4-man, you
Vezenkov.
Derek Brown, Vezenkov, Sasha, Derek Brown, Chris Singleton. You have like specific guys who play the 4 and can dribble and can create. Here in the US, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
No positions.
There's no positions. So it's harder to say. By the way, you know, Chris Singleton was one of my teammates in PAO. So I got to see him up close. This guy is so talented. But it's hard. You know, it's not easy. But what I like is the mentality part that you said, because the mentality part matters so much.
The most. Oh, the most. People don't understand that in the NBA, everybody's talented to an extent.
Yes.
Like some guys are more talented, some guys less talented. But everybody got a talent, right?
Yes.
And I feel like everybody got that talent. Now, what's the other layer you have? That's what separates the good from the average, is what extra stuff, like mentally, work ethic, you know, those stuff in the end of the day, because everybody's here. Like everybody come to the NBA, they're talented, they got some sort of talent, they're good players.
Yeah.
Everybody can score, like, you know what I'm saying? Is that next step. It's like that small details that we talked about, is those stuff I think separates the great from the good and the average. Yes. And consistency, of course, that I think it's the most hardest thing to do in the NBA, is be consistent. Because you play so many games, you know, we travel so much, we play so many games, we're on the road 3 a.m., 4 a.m., waking up back-to-backs, waking up every day and perform. This is a quality that separates you from a great player in this league.
This could be, that could separate you a lot. And you see guys, and you can tell when guys are consistent, that's the guys we call greats, you know, we call great players. Then what was the most shocking part about the NBA or the US for you? Or
so I've been in the US one time before. No, actually 2 times.
Okay.
Before I came here. So I wasn't really familiar with the US. It's different. It's just everything that I had home, but like bigger, and
everything's bigger.
Crazy.
Everybody says that.
I go in a supermarket and I don't want to go. I want to buy the whole store. You know what I'm saying? All the cereal and stuff. Yeah. Like I loved it in the beginning. And of course there's sometimes like I miss home.
Yes.
You know, it's tough for me. I miss those, coffee shop when everybody like outside. I grew up next to the beach, so those stuff I miss a little bit. My friends, I'm the only child. I had 2 brothers from my dad's side, but I came here alone. So for me it was tough. No friends, and I came in COVID year, so the skies were closed, and I needed to face my first year with all the fears, with all the stress, by myself. So I felt like that got me really matured. And I had a lot of incidents. My rookie year, it wasn't great. I got injured. I got robbed.
You got robbed?
Yeah, my house got robbed my first year.
Your house?
Yeah.
Wait, so I wanna assume that you weren't in the house when you got robbed.
I was actually in the house sleeping. Yeah, it was crazy. I remember.
First of all, are you comfortable? Can I ask you?
No, of course, man, of course.
So hold up. Hold up. So you were in the house, right?
Yes.
And you were asleep.
Yeah, upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. I left my garage door open, so because I was in a good neighborhood, and I didn't really, even in Israel, like, it's safe, and like I didn't really.
It's a neighborhood. Everybody knows everybody.
It's yes, everybody knows everybody. Okay. So I didn't really like was crazy about like locking everything and stuff, and I left my garage door open, and I remember like 5 a.m. I heard noises, but I was like, oh, whatever. I was too tired. I just went back to sleep. I woke up in the morning. We were supposed to fly to Portland for a West Coast trip, and I go downstairs. Nothing is there. My car not there. My bag's not there. It was crazy. And I was saying that I need to leave for Portland. What do I do?
So hold up. So you went downstairs. When you say downstairs, you mean to your garage or
my house?
So you went downstairs to your house and nothing was there?
Yeah, like a lot of stuff were missing. I won't say, I'll say like 80% was missing.
So like TV stuff, like,
and my car. No, TV was on.
Okay.
Yeah. They didn't want to make too much noise.
Yes. What kind of car did you? What kind of car was you?
I had a GLE Mercedes.
Ooh.
Yeah, brand new.
Did you ever? Never. I'm assuming you have insurance as well.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm just saying. Hey, brother.
I'm good.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I had COVID, and then my parents came to visit, and I got them COVID, and then I got injured in the end of the year. So my rookie year was a mess, and we made it to the playoffs too, and I had no chance to play in the playoffs.
Roller coaster. Roller coaster. I mean, like.
Oh.
Emotions of
crazy. Still today, roller coasters. All this league is roller coasters. One time you have great games, great stretches, and sometimes you like struggle a little bit. I feel like me as a young player, that's why I want to avoid this. I think that's my next step mentally, is to not be so down on myself when I have bad stretches, and try to be more consistent. I feel like that's what I'm missing right now. But you had any incident when you went
say it again?
When you moved to the States, right? You have anything you remember?
So the thing is, when I first got to the States, my first city was Delaware. So we was in Delaware, and I played for the way I got drafted is that I went straight to the G League. And actually, how now they have like this G League team that drafts players?
Ignite and stuff?
Ignite?
Yes.
Yeah, back then they didn't have Ignite. So back then we were me and another guy, PJ Hurston, with the 2 first guys who ever got drafted from the G League.
Wow.
Ever. Yeah. So I went there, I told them my plan. I was like, guys, I want to come here, I want to play, and I want to get drafted. They were like, okay. And we stayed in the city in Delaware. It's cool, small city. But I was never used to, like, back home, you stay in buildings, apartment buildings.
Yes.
But I was never used to staying in complexes that you can stay in and it's just out. Like, anybody can walk to your door.
I feel what you're saying.
So that was kind of weird. I was like, oh man. Okay. But other than that, I just keep my head down and just work mostly, and kind of understood that like hustle and hard work and just being a good kid. And just, having a positivity and positive vibe goes a long way in a relationship, in a league, and who you are, amongst people. So you always have people you don't, they don't like you. They got no matter what you do. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But how did you? Wait, I want to go back to the thing you said. Like, how did you feel after? Do you feel like you were scared after? Did you feel like you were angry?
I wasn't scared. I was kind of like, why I deserve that? Like I have enough things to worry about and, figure out the basketball stuff and all this travel and everything. And then somebody comes and robbed me. Like,
oof. Yeah.
Not something it's fun to deal with. But I guess everything happens for a reason.
Everything.
That's what my mom says.
I bet you any amount of money that now you close all your doors, eh?
Oh. My security is through the roof. Crazy. Like the White House.
I mean, you live next door to Washington, right?
I live next door to the White House, so I learned how to protect.
Oh my God. Yeah. And okay, so now let's go to the opposite. What's been the best day you've had in the US? The best saying man, I love it here.
You see, now people are gonna roast me for thinking only negative.
No. But there's a fact. We're gonna go back to it in like 5-10 minutes. I'll go through some facts, and I have a fact for you now that you say this, that about how like the human brain works. I was reading about it, and I'll tell you, you're gonna be.
You read a lot of books?
I don't know what happened to me, man. I was never this guy. I was never. I've always been a guy who lived through experiences, but all of a sudden, in the last 5-6 years, I've been a guy who did so many things that and not read. I would say. I only read. I do audiobooks as well because I don't want to always be like this all the time. But I like the physical thing. I like books as well, physical. But the reason happened because I started. I was on Instagram and TikTok and all these things, and all of a sudden you start to see so much information. The last 3, 4, 5 years, you start to see so much information. Some of it is false. Some of it is good. Some of it is negative. So in my head, I'm like, man, why am I getting all this information from social media instead of me just
finding out by myself?
Exactly. And going straight to and focus on what I want to do, and that obviously started when a lot as well. During the COVID year, I finished like 2-3 classes on Harvard Business School. Yeah, I did negotiation mastery, contract law.
Oh wow!
And yeah, I did that. I did those classes because of our business. Because of our business enterprise now, but that taught me, like, I was like, oh man, this is what I have to do. Like, this is what I gotta accomplish outside the code. Exactly. So that's why. But I was never this guy. I was never like in school. Like I was never the guy like, oh, gotta read books. And I'm like, no. I've always loved movies more than books. But then all of a sudden now I'm reading. No joke. I might be reading 1 book a week, bro.
Wow.
No joke. And for some people might say like, oh, that's nothing, but 1 book a week.
I mean, I can see you in a hotel, in a plane. You have so much time to.
And some of them I read like 2 or 3 times to get the it. So, but yeah, enough about me. Back to you.
No, it's fine. I'd love to hear your story as well. What's your? I know it's kind of funny. Well, like, you have a game day routine?
Yes.
I think every athlete got
everybody has a game day routine. You cannot survive in this league if you don't. And game day routines are not just game day routines.
I don't like them.
Yeah,
you like having game day. I'm not enjoying game day routines. I'm doing it just to have balance in my life.
Yes, but you know what it is as well? It's a coping mechanism. You know why it's a coping mechanism?
Okay, why?
Because you never want to not feel prepared of what's about to come. You go in, maybe you lift your weights, you shoot your shots, or maybe it's, you meditate, or maybe you close all the windows and everything's dark and you just kind of think about the game plan and whatever it is. But you do this over and over and over, and then it creates a kind of feeling of, I don't know how to say, like it gives you consistency. It really does.
It calms your brain.
Yes.
Because you've doing the same thing over and over again, and you know that this is the way I'm gonna have a good game. Is I eat a specific food that you think you can you had good games with this routine, so you feel like the more.
But sometimes people kind of mix both, the routine and superstition. They'll be like,
Yes,
They do mix
I
off.
agree 100%.
Like, no, if I don't tie my shoe, lace this one first. If I don't get out the bus,
This is crazy.
first, like,
I think this is insane. This is
some
listen. It's everybody's is what they like to do. I'm not gonna judge anybody, but for me, like, I can't live like that. Think about everything. Like it's not me. Like I can't.
But the old school guys, especially in Europe, all of them are like this.
Crazy.
All of them.
I had some crazy teammates.
Yes. But yeah, you have consistency, and you know what they did. And I know a lot of kids out there, a lot of people who might be listening to this or watching it. You gotta understand, like, I know it's funny that we say it, but having a routine every day triggers something in your body. You don't even know. You're basically telling your body, like, oh, I'm ready to play a game today. Your body knows, like, oh, he's doing this today. Oh, I'm telling you, it's big. That's why you see, and some greats will say it, some guys won't say it, but a lot of great players, especially in professional sports, they have a routine, regardless of how good you are or how like you have to have a routine. That's how your body knows, like, okay, I'm about to compete. It's the same way if you see sometimes when people lift weights and they lift more and more at the same time, the body gets used to the weights you're lifting. That's why you got to go more. You got to go, like mix and match. But tell me, what do you think? Would you ever like telling yourself like, man, I'm gonna be playing with Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook?
I remember coming in the building. I played with former NBA players already in Europe.
Who did you play with?
I played with from Norris Cole, Tariq Black, Pierre Jackson.
Man, great players.
Yeah, I've played with Amari Stoudemire was my teammate. So I've
had
seen
him in New York as well.
Huh?
Had him in New York.
Good guy. I had NBA former players. Yeah. It's not like I came from college and immediately starstruck.
Yeah.
But it was weird. It was weird coming to the facility the first day. Like I'm a wizard. I'm in the NBA. I see all those players like in 2K, in 2K.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into the facility, like it's weird. I won't lie. It was a dream. You know how it is. All those cold tubs, hot tubs, amazing weight rooms, 2 courts, ball rack. Everything's so clean, so polished.
Professional, man.
Professional, really to the smallest details. It drove me insane in the beginning because I'm not used to this type of professionalism. But you get used to it and
get used to it, and then creates friction because then you go back and you're like, hey,
damn.
I need some ice. I need this. I need that. Why am I sitting in this bench instead of a chair in the locker room?
You're crazy. You're like standards are so high up since then.
Yes.
Yeah, but the NBA was an opportunity for me. Also, let's just leave basketball aside. I travel the world.
Yes.
I meet new people. I see fans. I'm in different places, arenas, create friendships, relationships. There's a lot of stuff that adds up to just playing basketball. Of course, playing basketball is, your main goal. Yes. But I felt like it's priceless. What the extra stuff. It's not just about the money and the basketball. It's also from the human being part to meeting everybody and meeting new people and ambassadors and military guys, and it's just like stuff that was worth it.
Like I love how you think. I think you have a great mindset, a great mentality, and that's why you are who you are. You're here. Because a lot of people don't think this way. Everything is so like either now or never. Nothing is just a process, and you have to enjoy every way. You gotta enjoy every aspect of it. So you said standards before. Do you hold yourself to high standards? Do you put pressure on yourself? Because a lot of things is going on now is a lot of with mental health, or a lot of putting pressure on myself to be somebody they expect me to be.
I think it was a little tougher for me because I came from a country that I have the whole country on my back. I'm the only Jewish player, Israeli player in the league. So a lot of people like really put me on, how you say it?
A microscope.
Yeah, a microscope. So, when I have a bad game, everybody's talking about it. Everybody knows that,
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes there's pressure. I felt that my first years, and then I knew how to manipulate it to have an advantage because of it. Because I have supporters everywhere. New York City is crazy, but LA, Miami, even Oklahoma City.
I feel the same way. I'm like, when I go to any game, bro, and I see like Greek and Nigerian flags everywhere, I'm like, bro, this is unbelievable.
Insane.
Man.
Insane. We're grateful. We're grateful. We got our countries behind us, and it's nothing better than this.
But yeah, so keep going. And you're saying?
I was saying that in the beginning was hard because when you have a bad game, then the next day, Deni had a bad game. It was like that. He's on a bad stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It kind of like friends talks about it, family talks about it, people, because it's such a big deal because you're the only guy. Imagine how many players have like off days or bad games or 2 for 25, 3 for 15, and what, they shake it off into the next one. Nobody remember. You know what I'm saying? But me, every game is to the books.
So let me ask you a question now.
Yes.
Do you think that everybody really talks about it, or is mostly because you really don't want to let people down? You know what I mean? And I'll explain to you after when you finish.
Maybe I'm overreacting sometimes. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. But in my eyes, it is, because I feel like people look up to me. I want to do, I want to represent my country. I want to be all-star. I have dreams of myself, you know? I want to be in the top. And I know that my country's behind me, and like they look at every step I make. So sometimes I do feel maybe a little pressure, but I managed with the years to maintain it. Okay, everything's fine. We're only playing basketball. I enjoy the way.
Yes.
You know, I came as a young guy, still young, but I feel like I'm getting better every day. And I know I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot.
Yes.
I do bad stuff sometimes. Like,
you're human.
Yes.
I'll say one thing that somebody told me. I won't say his name, but people create a narrative, and it's not people in general, because they don't do this on purpose. When you start doing something great, people kind of create a narrative for themselves, for what they believe that you are. And they might say like, oh my God, this guy is a machine. And the reality is like, you're not. You're just like them. But people sometimes will create this narrative because they want you to be more. Or they're like, he's in the spot he is because he's more. We're not more than anything. We're just like you. We just happen to, sometimes get an opportunity, or sometimes work harder or focus on what we're doing and kind of have success with it. But we're just human. It's not, but people sometimes do that,
I feel you. And a lot of times when there's great players, I feel like they have a certain standard. Like people, let's say your brother, like he performs in the highest level every day. So they have standards for him. Oh, he doesn't go to the finals. Oh, he doesn't go to the playoffs. For my people, these achievements are like crazy, but people are so used to him performing in a high level, and they become also, like you said, a narrative. There's that standards that everybody's hoping and think he's perfect. He has to be there. He has to be there. No, it's not every time it's black and white.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
human. So did you ever have conversations with like old teammates or old friends that be like, man, you're in the NBA, like younger, you play with them, and they're surprised that you're in the NBA, or they're like, they still can't believe to this day that this guy's in the NBA? Or
my best friends that grew up playing basketball with me, I asked them if they thought I'm going to be in the NBA. They said yes, which I don't believe it.
You never know, man. Sometimes people just really like this guy, sometimes the belief people have, you never know. Sometimes people just really believe in you. But I get what you're saying, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's because they're best friends. So
they're kind of biased.
Yeah. Old teammates. No, I don't like talk about it with other people, about NBA. And when I go back to We're gonna go back home, and let's say I drink coffee in the morning, and there's people approach me, or like old friends that I see back in restaurants and stuff. I see them around because I go back home.
Yes.
I don't know. I never really they never really dragged me into talk about the NBA, or like they don't really talk to me about the NBA. They're happy to see me, Deni, the person.
Deni. Deni, I gotta say it right, Deni.
Oh yeah, you said Dani in the beginning, which everybody in Israel call me Dani for no reason. My name is Deni. No, I know. My name is Deni with E, but in Hebrew, in Hebrew, they don't have E and A to know the spelling.
So it's Dani.
It's Deni.
Deni.
Yeah, because
it's Deni. But why did I call you Dani?
Because Dani is a really popular name in Israel. And
that's why.
Yes.
Okay.
So Dani will be D-A-N-N-Y. I'm D-E-N-I, which is kind of different. But never mind. I forgive you.
No, please. I wanted to ask for your forgiveness as well. It was my first time. You know, I'm trying to get better at this podcasting thing. Show host. But man, I love it. So, I mean, I know we're talking about basketball. Like, what do you wear?
You said you're not going to talk about basketball. We're talking about basketball. It's part of our life. We have to.
So, number 9. What do you wear? Why do you wear number 9?
I wanted number 8 so bad. I grew up with 8. My mom was born 17th of August. Okay. So it's 1 + 7, and 8 is August. And it's kind of infinity when you twist it. And I love that number. And when I got drafted, Rui Hachimura had it. And I tried to offer them money. But this number for him was really important, because Hachi in Japanese is 8.
He's old. I mean, you can go to bed with a guy whose name is 8.
Yes, you can't go to war. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. And now he's not with us anymore. So I don't know what I should do. If I should stay 9 or switch back to 8.
I thought you had 9 because did you get drafted number 9?
I got drafted number 9.
That's why I thought you had 9.
I thought that number 9 is like another step forward, and I got drafted 9 and I was 8, and it's a new part of my life, a bigger part, so it's 9.
Then you should keep it. If that's the story behind it, you should keep it.
But I just miss 8. I miss 8
so much.
I miss number 8, you know? I miss getting called number 8, Deni Avdija.
Okay. Then it's a coin toss because they're both good.
But what happens to all the people that have my jerseys?
I mean, what happened to people who had Kobe's jerseys?
I know. But I'm saying still,
or LeBron 6 and 23.
I don't know. I feel bad to like switch the number.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, I'm every time I'm thinking about the people, like my country.
Yeah, I'm trying to think as well. Like, no, you got to.
I paid attention to something. You're number 43.
Yes.
Giannis is number 34. What's the deal with this?
So my mom is the dates of my mom and my dad, and Ioannis he first came to the league, first got drafted and took 34.
Okay.
And then I was like, no, I can't take 34. It's almost stupid to have the same number and the same last name. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do 43.
The opposite.
The opposite. And it's so crazy that, you know, there's just small things that you don't even know. But I've been like this all my whole life. Like, and, you know, a lot of people, some people might know the story and some other people don't know. Like, you know, I grew up hard with my brothers and I've always been together with all my brothers. Some people don't notice. They're like, okay, maybe it's just a thing that they both like high numbers. Like, no, it's not high numbers. It's just because we kind of want to complete each other as a family. We're kind of like a puzzle, all of us. You know, we complete each other. And that's why you see all of our brothers have high numbers. They all want to get to the same kind of high numbers. You see like 37, 29, you know, on the highs. And you want to kind of have a number as well that you create your own story for it. Obviously, Giannis numbered. A lot of greats have worn it, from Shaq to Paul Pierce, from like a lot of greats have worn it. But, you know, and for me, 43 and for 37, just to create this story with it. So it was good. It's cool.
You know, I'm going to say it from a heart to heart, honestly, because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you guys are amazing to see. Like, how you guys treat each other.
Thank you, man.
And how you support each other. And I feel like this is a dream of every, like, family. It's like to have that connection you have with your brothers is it just inspires me sometimes to watch and to see how y'all the biggest fan of yourselves.
Yeah.
No, honestly, this is a quality, and I think this is a quality not everybody has, honestly, and it shows a lot about how you got raised and how much.
It's tough. It's, yeah. No, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to. People don't understand. Like, it's tough out there. Like, sometimes you see, but you and me and Ioannis and everybody, they're playing basketball, and you see, like, it's tough. Like, we go through stuff every day, and to be able to have a great support system, first of all, as your family, and then you could be your friends. You could be your significant other, whoever it is. If they make you better and they support you, and you know at the end of the day that, I don't do this only for me. I do it for my family, and even when I have bad days, my family still loves me. My friends still love me. The people who my support system, you can never have bad days. You can never have bad days.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy.
Man, you dropping a lot of knowledge, man. You make me go deep to the family tree. Hey, sorry to interrupt. Thanasis Antetokounmpo here. And if you're looking for all your Antetokounmpo Brothers official gear, you can go to Antetokounbros.shop. We have hats, hoodies, shirts, anything and everything you need from our collection is available at Antetokounbros.shop. That's Antetokounbros.shop. We're all bros. Back to the podcast. But hold on, okay, I got some stuff for you, and I want you to tell me. Okay, so I do this every time, right? So there's a section I call like true or false. You're not supposed to know it. It's not like a trick question or anything like that. But I want to see if you can guess if it's true or false, okay? Right there, I have my notes down. Write it down. Okay. So, true or false, people who are left-handed live like 9 years longer than people who are right-handed.
True.
It's false. It's actually the opposite.
Well, right-handed?
Yeah. People who are this is a study. I don't know who does these studies.
Okay, is this not fair? It's basically true. Okay, so
it's true or false?
left. It's true and false because you said the right is, but
so it's just the opposite. So people who are right-handed live 9 years. No, I mean I know what you mean. It's the right. What you said was right. That people who basically will live 9 years longer. But people who are right-handed live 9 years longer than people who are left-handed.
That's crazy. You're a lefty?
No, I'm right.
Okay, so we're good.
I don't know if we're good, but I don't know who did that study. So please, guys who watch the video, listen to the socials, please hit us with the comments and let us know if this is a thing or not, please.
And hopefully you're right-handed.
Yeah. So hold on, I'm gonna hit you with another one.
Okay, I like it. It's fun.
Okay. So when you feel anxious, right? Is there any place or any like person or activity that makes you like feel calm? Like what do you do when you feel anxious?
I feel like playing an instrument.
Really? What kind of instrument?
So I want to learn. I know a little bit of piano, but I want to learn guitar, and I feel like it's gonna. Also, this hobby is gonna get my mind a little bit off basketball sometimes, and I think there's no other like better thing that. Like making sounds by yourself.
Yes.
I think it has the most calming effect ever. It's like playing an instrument. I think there's even studies on it, and it's unbelievable. It's the effect that music have on your brain, especially when you're making it and you had to learn how to do it. So I really want to get into this. Video games. A lot of times when I need a break, I talk to my friends, we joke around.
What kind of games do you play?
So I play all the sports game. I play FIFA, I'll play 2K, I'll play Rainbow Six Siege, who's getting back into the mainstream. Call of Duty.
Rainbow Six, so what is that?
It's kind of like a 5-on-5. It's like a defense versus offense, and you switch, and one team needs to protect the bomb. And the other one needs to attack and defuse it.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool.
I gotta try it. I gotta play it.
What? It's really cool, but it's really tough game. It's high IQ. There's tons of angles. Like it takes time to get good at this. Like honestly, but video games, and then a lot of times when I want to calm get calm, maybe I'll go shoot some free throws in the facility, and then I'll go do an ice bath. Yes, ice bath, dopamine a little bit.
Yeah.
Reduce your heart
rate. Yes.
Heart rate. So it really helps me out. Sometimes I'll do it.
It's good. It's good to hear. You know, everybody has their own thing, but it's good to hear. Okay, I'll hit you with the.
So no, honestly, I want to say something. We talked about ice bath, so I won't forget.
Yeah.
I tried. I had a month. It was crazy snow. It was crazy cold in DC.
Yeah.
So I put a bucket of, not like a bucket, like a bath outside. And every day in the morning, first day in the morning, I'll crack the ice and I'll sit there for 2 minutes.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Amazing. I saw it on TikTok actually. Won't believe it.
Now,
I told you this stuff, like TikTok, as much as it's addicting and people want to get out of it, like I've learned a lot of stuff, and some stupid and some smart, you know?
Yeah. No, it's definitely you can find some gems there. And it's like obviously every social platform, but so what is you think the effect that just calms you down or just gets you ready for the day?
The ice bath?
Yes.
Yes, it has so many benefits. It's crazy. It's like your immune system, stress levels, get ready for the day. You never cold. I felt like after this ice bath, I can beat the day. You know, like nobody can talk to me. I feel like a boss.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of weird discussion.
No,
it's kind of weird. How you say it? English sometimes kills me.
The same thing happens to me. Trust me.
Oh,
I've learned English through the podcast, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes, of course. Some of the words I can't say in English, so I kind of like I learn through my guests. I learn through words. You know, people online be like, "Hey, Thanasis, this is the name of the word." Like, it's great.
That's cool. That's cool that you.
So I get to learn.
That's cool you embrace it. I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
When you talk to like an American guy or somebody that speaks really good English,
yes.
You feel frustrated when you tell a story, right?
Yes.
Like, let's say you tell a story or a joke or whatever.
Yes.
And suddenly you get stuck on a word, you miss a word, and you think about it for 1 minute. It sucks.
It does suck because you wanna have a good delivery in your joke.
I feel like they stop listening, right? Or they're like,
it depends on the person, but I think you wanna have a great delivery in your joke. But sometimes, you know, it's kind of like a European jokes and like an American joke, and what correlates with which one, and you know, but it's great. I mean, you shouldn't. You're not from here. People understand. Sometimes that's even more funnier.
But they take us for granted.
Why?
They think because that's not our first language.
Yes.
And a lot of times
they assume it's our first.
When I'm mistaken in a word in English or stuff like that, they're laughing or they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like they think that like they take us for granted for us speaking English, and they don't remember that it's not our first language.
It's not our first language. Oh yeah, but it's everywhere. Like I remember when I went to Spain. And that's how I learned a little bit of Spanish as well. It's because nobody spoke English. And I had to, like, even our coach at the time was like Thanasis, you got to take classes. And I'm like, what? And, you know, I took classes every day. Like, I would play professionally now, not college, and go and every other day take classes. But it was good for me because I get to learn the language. How many languages do you speak?
2.5.
What's the two?
Hebrew, English.
What's that?
Serbian.
Serbian.
My dad did a poor job teaching me how to speak.
So wait.
Every Serbian player.
So let me ask you this and let me see if you can answer. Kako si brate?
Ja sam dobra, kako si ti?
Kako si ti? Dobro sam. Oh, nice. No, yeah, I know because I just know. It doesn't matter why. I just know.
You know the curses, of course.
Not only the curses, but you know, like being from Europe, especially like Greeks with Serbians, like Orthodox brothers. So a lot of Serbians in the Greek league, a lot of Greeks in their league now. But I had a lot of good friends, Serbians. I think I know more, I understand more than I talk. But I think being like multicultural, it's a thing. I mean, it's for us coming, you know, from Europe and etc. Like it's a thing. Being multicultural, it's a must. Not just, you don't say like, I don't know any kid that travels and comes from Europe that doesn't know more than 2 or 3 languages.
I agree. Do you teach your teammates the Greek food or stuff?
Yes.
You bring your culture?
Yes. I try as much as I can, and Greek and Nigerian. Like I've had teammates who are Nigerian, like Jordan Nuora and other guys, and then I've had teammates who are Greek. We had like Yoros Kalaitzakis, we had other guys, and then we kind of brought the culture into the locker room, and guys love it. Even though sometimes it's foreign to them, guys love it because that's sport. That's why sports are so beautiful, because they connect people from all around the world.
It's amazing, as I said, yeah.
So don't feel bad about just your English. It is what it is.
I don't feel bad. I don't really care, honestly.
It is what it is.
It's just it's sometimes I feel like, man, I missed the point. I missed the joke. That's it. They don't want to listen to me anymore. Like, I'm stuck on this word, and that's it. I'm just gonna stop talking.
You're good. I remember when Ioannis would do interviews. I remember.
Oh, it was funny.
It was funny as hell. It's funny, I remember the first interview, like it was like, hey, I just want to be an NBA player. And, he had the accent. And now you see him, he's cracking dad jokes. Good. And he has his own, thing, So, so now let's do this. Let me move to the facts. Let me see if you know any of these facts. Wait. We have something else in common. Did you serve? I did too. You don't have to say, you don't have to get details.
No, it's fine. I did basic training.
Basic training.
Yes.
Yes, we did
you
too.
Did too?
Well. Yes.
Really?
It's mandatory.
In Greece?
Yes. I have pictures. We're on the road, by the way. We have a huge screen here. But unfortunately, I wasn't quick enough to use it here. But I'll show you pictures after.
I had some pictures. It's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know Greece is mandatory.
Yes, because you got to go a certain, it depends. There's brackets, And let's say if you live full-time in Greece, you got to go certain amount of months or years. It used to be 3 years. It used to be 3 years. But now, if you're overseas and you're playing professional athlete, you go certain basic training and then you get to see. But I read about you and I was like, okay, he said he kind of did the basic training and had to do it. Because
you know what's funny? I used my army stories to sell my teammates that I'm tougher.
Why? Why do you feel the need to do that?
I gave them so much shit. I was telling them I was in the fields crawling. Yeah, it was a rainy day.
What? But you got but
I joked. I took this joke way too far. So I blow my cover here too. But I remember coming.
No, don't trust me. We can cut it.
I come to Porzingis and Kuzma one day. We're in a training room. And Porzingis asked me, "Hey, we might go to Israel and stuff, and let's go drink coffee." And listen, I need to tell you something, guys. If you with me in Israel, you gotta go through security. They gotta investigate you.
Yes.
Because everywhere, Israel. It's being Israelis. A lot of places in the world, it's a little dangerous.
It is?
Yes, because we got a lot of enemies.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I told them when I go drink coffee, I have snipers on the roof that protects me. And they were looking at me like this. Kuzma was like, if you get close to me and I have a button I press, stuff I drove him crazy. And then I'm taking it too far. I was talking about the army and stuff, and it was funny as hell. Honestly, sometimes I'm a clown in the team.
That was good.
I'm a clown.
It's what we say. It's fun, man. It's camaraderie with the team and be, close to your teammates and have fun as well. But you did the basic training and stuff like that, right?
I did the basic training.
So it was good.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I met some friends, and it was funny. It was funny because when I came to the basic training, they gave me a place by myself because I was playing for Maccabi.
Yeah, they did the same thing. We couldn't be even in a camp almost. Yeah, unfortunately. But we made it through.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, we was really into it.
Yo,
I was
me
really
too.
into it.
It was crazy.
I don't know why. But but I felt the need to like, I think it might be because of how we are in sports and we understand discipline. So we kind of like fall in.
100%.
But yeah. Oh my God. Hold on.
I didn't want to be alone though. So I told them, listen, I don't care. Put me with all the soldiers. Okay, she said, okay. She put me in a place with 8 other soldiers. And I slept on the bed when my feet are touching the ground. So
you can't fit.
I couldn't fit.
If you're 6'6" and above,
I couldn't fit. It was really tough for me. It was like the hardest times to sleep in my life. But we survived.
It was great. I mean, the part even waking up, like, I don't know how it is. You know, every country has different like things. But I remember it was a great experience. And I left and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I know we didn't get to stay for like months and months and months and months for it because we had to play, obviously, within the NBA.
Yes.
But I was like, man, I know why people go through this, and it's great to be able to know the basics and set that up to be able to protect yourself. This, and you know, you get to fit like, you know, they give you like, you know, from Air Force, Navy, tanks. This you get to fit like whatever you want. So
it's fun. It's always a fun experience.
Not fun as in like.
I want to do it again.
No, but it's people. If you embrace it, it's fun.
Yes,
it's a fun experience.
Yes,
you know,
if you embrace it.
Did you know, right, that the only 2 parts in your body that never stop growing?
Can I guess?
Yes.
Nose.
Yes. The other one?
Ears.
Yes. Ears and nose. So they never stop growing. Never. So I was reading about it. I was like, so what do you mean they never stop growing? So like if I'm like 60, 65, that means my nose is going to be bigger than my ears?
I guess. I have a big nose, so I can't wait till I go to 65.
Trust me, your nose is just fine.
No, I mean, this is my bad side too. They put me on this side, and this side of mine, like my nose is really poking out. Like this side is not as bad.
Fine, bro. You just fucking hear them laughing in the back of the... You're just fine, bro. Wow. I'll tell you this one that we was talking about.
You don't want me to guess it.
No. I'm going to tell you if you knew this one.
Okay.
So now that we were talking about the military and the army that we served and stuff, did you know that Iceland has no army? And they're considered the most peaceful country in the world?
Iceland?
Yes.
I didn't know it's Iceland. I knew it's somewhere in Finland, Iceland, Sweden,
yes,
somewhere there. I knew, but I didn't know which. No, I don't think Sweden. Yeah.
I mean, somewhere there.
Yeah. I didn't know that though.
Yeah, they're considered the most peaceful country in the world. And I mean, you know, we've played them EuroBasket. We've played them EuroBasket, right? A lot of times.
Want to go live in Iceland now?
No, necessarily. But you know, I'm thinking like it's a peaceful country. Obviously, I see Greece the same way too. Like Greece is
pretty peaceful.
Yes, it's a heaven, man. We just.
That's why I was surprised why you guys need to do army.
No, but it's a great. I think it's more of a. I mean, you would want to, and you would. It's a tradition as well, you know, like, and it just adds more to who you are as a Greek. So, okay, and I got another one for you. We had this conversation before about how like, you don't want to talk about negative stuff, right? Did you know that like the human brain, like has naturally inclines to seek for bad news?
Negativity?
Yes.
Or you'll remember negative stuff more than...
Not only remember, we're looking for it.
Wow, that's crazy.
We're actually looking for it. And I had my notes here.
It makes sense.
Yes, and it not only says that, and in my notes, when I was writing the quote, it was more that it started like with the early humans as a survival mechanism. So you know what to do when it comes, when the bad news comes.
It's crazy.
So we're looking basically like we don't even know it, but we're looking for bad news.
It's crazy. It's true. It's also.
I know it's true.
It's also adrenaline.
Yes.
I feel like it's a mechanism. You know when you have adrenaline. Let's say something happens, and you have adrenaline. You don't feel the pain, or let's say, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is survival stuff too.
Yes. And it fascinates me that our brain is already doing this, and you can imagine what's going on in social media. That's why we say like negative news spreads like wildfire, and the good stuff kind of like go mild, and when somebody does great philanthropy or when somebody does great for the community, it's kind of goes like this, and then somebody like all of a sudden is having a bad day, it's like so all over the place. So I kind of feel like if more people understand that, they're gonna look for the opposite. Like I look for good news all the day.
That's great.
Give me
man.
good news. Give me positive stuff, man. Make me smile. Make me laugh. That makes me like look forward. Like I wake up every day and I'm excited. I'm not even kidding, bro. I'm not joking with you. I wake up like tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up and I'm excited. Like, okay, what's new today? What we're gonna do? How I'm gonna make the most of it? Who's gonna give me like good news? Like, okay, this is what we did with one of our companies, or this is what we did with let's say basketball. Or what's our game plan? What are we gonna do? Just have fun with life, because at the end of the day, some point, and I know I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but some point, all this stuff that you're doing and you don't realize it, they're gonna stop. And when they stop, you're gonna go look back and be like, man, I should have enjoyed more. I should have tried that. I should have even this with the podcast. Like the reason I'm doing this podcast too, like in the beginning, I was very nervous, and I still am nervous when I do it. But I wanted to, to the people out there, you can do this. It's if you love it, if you want to experience life, and you want to talk to people, you don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. You can do whatever you want to do, anything you want to do in life. So, yeah, nice. I want to tell you that because you were saying before about negativity.
No, as I said, this guy's mentality, I think all the little kids at home that watch it, and you have a lot to learn from him. Even I have a lot to learn from him, because you see how he understood the point of life. If you, in your level, wake up in the morning and excited every day, I remove my hat, bro.
It's hard. It's not easy now, eh? I'm not saying
no. Of course you have some days you don't want to do that. You're oh man, this day sucks.
Have a bad days.
But the fact that you're looking for them, that's a big.
Because I'll give an example, right? If sometimes you want to be a better shooter, let's say example, or you want to be a better driver or better passer, you go to the gym,
right?
You look for it. You go to the gym and you work on it.
Yep.
Shouldn't it be the same way? If you want to look for positivity, should you go out your way and look for positive stuff? Look for people out there who are doing great stuff, or people who can brighten your day, or people who you're like, man, this guy's a great guy, man. I gotta check on him more. Like, you should do the same. That's how.
No, I agree. Your mind is here to get trained for sure.
And I'm gonna give you the last one because you told me that you had something with your elbow. Okay. Did you know?
Yes.
That if you push sugar in your open wound, sugar, little from the counter sugar.
Yes.
That it reduces the pain, and not only that, and it speeds up the healing process. I gave you a trick today.
That's crazy. Do you do that?
Depends. I can't put this on.
Hey.
But yes, it does, and people, and obviously we have the internet here, so they can fact check this and let us know. But it's a fact. Adding sugar.
Crazy.
Because if you think about it, like back in the day, they didn't have so much medication. They didn't have nothing. So they had to find natural remedies for the body. At least I see it.
You don't think about it, that's crazy that back, imagine we were born in like the 1700s.
Oh my God. I don't even want to think about this.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine we go to CVS, we have like bad headache, right? We go get ibuprofen. It's gone. Imagine the 1700s. Imagine the pain.
You get headache or a huge migraine, and you think like it's your last day on earth.
It's crazy. and that's a small thing.
Yeah. Imagine, but we survived.
But imagine how blessed we need to be to sit in this chair, how much our generations survived and went through. Imagine, we don't even know the stories.
Yes, and not even 1700. We're talking about like 30 years ago, I can tell you. 30 years ago, my dad, he plays, it was like professional soccer player. He played third division, second division, up and down. And then he got hurt and moved back to Germany. And he told me, he had he had like a scar, and maybe today like this, like 2 lines, 3 lines like this, and on his knee. And I asked him like that, like your knee and stuff like this. You know, my dad, very, very calm as a person. Like wouldn't talk a lot. He was telling me the story, like, man, they like not they butchered me, but they did the surgery so bad that I was so afraid that I just was like, I gotta go home and figure out what I'm gonna do. And now I realize what he meant, because like this stuff is not easy. Like we're talking about like 30, 40 years ago.
And it was still crazy.
Yeah, you had to like go to a specialist, but now it's like every other place you can find somebody who's really capable of doing procedures, stuff like this. I know exactly what you mean.
Hey, we're bulletproof.
I kind of have 2 more things to ask you, and you tell me. We did have you said you did have a coach. I was Greek.
Yes.
Mr. Ioannis.
Sfairopoulos.
Oh man, did you have a great time with him? How was he?
It was tough. I remember he gave me the first minutes as in the EuroLeague.
Gave me the first minutes. Very good. Round of applause. Give him a shout out, Mr. Sfairopoulos, for giving my boy Deni his first minutes in EuroLeague.
I got a lot of screams from him, but it was worth it.
Screams?
I like shouting.
Yeah, actually, it's
Europe. Yes, I love it.
Europe.
I miss it.
You miss it, eh?
I miss this.
It's typical European coaches, but you know, like the new generation is different, eh? Because for us, like you scream out face and stuff like this, we're like, okay, I got you, and move on. You know, some other people don't see it this way. They're like, you know, like all this, because you cannot motivate players more than they want to motivate themselves. Right now, like when players play, especially in this level, they're motivated. Trust me, we're motivated to play. So, okay, that was the one, and the second one is watching EuroBasket. Man, you was unbelievable, brother. I know we didn't have the chance. We didn't get the chance to see you guys in Berlin.
Yes,
but man, you were unbelievable. I feel like they kind of let you rock. They kind of said like, Deni, this is your stage for us.
I didn't do it for a long time. I didn't have the chance, so I came straight from a role player to being the guy.
Yes, because how can you? The NBA is different, bro.
Of course, no. I'm not saying it's bad. Yes. I'm just saying I had to jump from this role that I've played for 2 years into another role that I haven't had for 2 years. Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I understand exactly what you mean.
You know, like it's like almost I forgot how to do step back threes and.
Yeah, but it's
in your muscle memory for sure.
Not muscle memory, like your mojo as well. Like,
first of all, I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, no, I say this because, you know, sometimes we go through. You know, sometimes we play basketball, and everybody thinks that everybody tells us like, "Oh my God, you're amazing," but actually, nobody says that. Nobody really says that. Like I'm telling you because I want you to keep working. You know, like. So many people look up to you, and I love when young guys come to the league, and especially when you're from overseas. Like I want you to be here. You know, I want you to excel and be great, like a great player in this league. And I believe you can do this. It's not impossible. You just have to keep working hard and take some days off. Not always, some days off. You know, but man, watching you play was very, very like special, bro, because. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know when was the last time I saw somebody play like this in EuroBasket and was from Israel. Like I can't remember the last time. But I'm younger as well, so I don't know if before. I was younger as well. But 30 points, 40 points, step back three, set it to overtime. Again, you had the ball at the 45. Like they were trying to figure out a way to kind of, you know, stop you from going to your spots. But you had a different body for Europe now. Before it was okay, now it's a different body for Europe, you know? I enjoyed you, I enjoyed Markkanen. Oh my God, Markkanen. Yes. Lowry, man, these guys, and I'm so glad that you guys game translate to the NBA. It was like great to watch, man. You know, people don't realize that, but that competition, that FIBA competition, helps so much.
100%.
Helps so much.
Better than pickups in the summer, even.
Yes, helps so much. And plus... Sorry, but plus you have a lot of how can I say this? It's a different feeling playing for national team.
Yes, you carry
it's
something.
Personal.
It's emotional. It's emotional.
That stop, that cheer, the flags, like it's emotional, you know. So I kind of understand like how you felt when you were playing, and how you kind of, and after the game, I was like, man, this guy has to be having a blast right now. He's
So happy. So happy.
What did your family say? How did people?
They were proud of me. I mean, every game was important. My family is always proud of me.
Okay.
My dad is, he's Serbian back in the day. He's tough guy. So he a lot of times when I'm having some trouble, like he gets on me. But I mean, they're proud, honestly.
Did you train with him?
My dad?
Yeah.
Not really.
No,
No, we never got along on the court.
I was really saying, but my dad didn't. He didn't never played basketball. He played soccer, but we played. We played a little bit of basketball. We played together, not train, just play for fun. But my dad was a very huge expert with footwork. That's why I feel like that's why we're so tall and moving this way and fast and quick. Because my mom and dad obviously genetics, but as well like people don't understand like playing soccer first and then playing basketball. Like be able to run and kick a football or be able to control the ball from or to have a header or move quick adds so much to your lower body. Yeah,
crazy. I remember that because I grew up. I was super fast. My footwork was I was excelling in like running and stuff. It's if you have the chance to start a little bit of soccer before you start playing basketball, do it. It's good.
It's fun.
I feel like it makes you better. Also, your footwork.
It does.
Yes,
man. We could talk. We could talk for like 3-4 hours. It's crazy. I love a conversation. But before I close the show, I would love for you to I don't want to put you in the spot. Maybe tell us a quote or something something that's happened that keeps you motivated. What keeps you locked in? What keeps you on the path of the course?
First of all, you gotta be your number one supporter. In the end of the day, only you know what you're capable of doing. Only you know the limits. Nobody else knows. Nobody else really knows what you can be and who you can become and how much there's in you.
Yes.
People believe in you, but they'll never believe in you like you believe in yourself.
Yes. Man,
I feel like that's something that I think about. And just enjoy the process. Bad stretches don't last forever. Good stretches don't last forever, right? Enjoy both of them because both of them are important for you to become a better player and a better person, even if you don't see it.
Man, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Thank you so much, Deni. Man, you've been amazing. First of all, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, thank you for letting me ask you personal things about your story. But I think people out there, I want people out there to know your story. I want people out there to see you because, man, you're going to be a huge part for your team, huge part for this league. And in general, you're going to motivate so many kids out there. There's a lot of kids out there who are trying to make the journey, which is coming here. So I'm forever grateful. Thank you so much. And, and I would say to life as well, if you ever need anything, do not hesitate. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to watch the show, the videos, you can watch it on the Antetokounbros TV. If you want to listen to it, wherever you get your podcast from, we're available in every platform. And if you want to follow Deni on the socials, follow his journey. You can follow him on Instagram. Do you have TikTok?
Yeah, I don't use it anymore.
Okay, Instagram? Instagram?
Yes, I got Instagram.
So if you want to follow him on Instagram, what's your...
Deni Avdija 8.
Deni Avdija 8. If you want to follow him, if you want to watch the social clips, you can watch it at Thanasis Ante43 on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. But man, thank you again so much for you guys' support. Apparently, I'm doing this on the road as well now. But you guys have been amazing. Thank you. And please like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys would love to see. And again, a huge applause for David.
Guys, thank you for having me. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a blast.
Thank you. See you guys.